I know all the haters hate it, but this is the age of Trump. He's totally redefined politics and power in America. And how did he do that? With no political training, because he was a populist and he was a nationalist at the very moment that if you didn't have populist nationalism stopped the managed decline of the country by the elites of the nation.
And does he need a third term in order to see that job through?
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
I don't know if he's trolling, but he sounds confident. Yeah, I don't think he's trolling. I think he's dead serious.
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28. We had long...
That would explain why he's building that ballroom. Because why else would you spend... I'm not about to move out of here. I'm building this ballroom. I'm going to have all my billionaire friends come here. We're going to have some parties. Hey, everybody, before we get back to this video, don't forget about our new giveaway. Ford Bronco Raptor and 10,000 cash. To get in to win, just go to my website, officialhorsestwins.com. Anything you purchase will get you automatically in it win.
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28. We had longer odds in 16 and longer odds in 24 than we got in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. And the way we finish it through Trump, Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument. He's very imperfect. He's not churchy, not particularly religious, but he's an instrument of divine will. And you could tell this of how he's pulled this off. We need him for at least one more term, right? And
I don't think so. He's damn near 80. I think you got J.D. Vance. You got other people that could run this country effectively. J.D. Vance would be perfect. I think we have several people that could run for president. Yeah. And would do a good job, personally. Yeah. Well, not several, a handful of people. Right. Now, Democrats, they got absolutely nobody. And I do agree with a lot of stuff what Mr. Bannon is saying about we need Trump, but man, you can't go around the Constitution. There's the 22nd Amendment. Okay, you can only be elected for 2 terms. You can serve up to 10 years if you were like a vice president, and then like the president dies and you take over, and then you can get elected for 2 terms for a total of maximum is 10 years. Right. But I don't know what his plan is. Sounds like a civil war. Let's see.
That's 28.
You're not driving me crazy. I'm really I'm trying to understand the coherence of the things you've just told me in the last few minutes. On the one hand, you've said the Constitution is fit for purpose. Secondly, you've said that President Trump needs another term, even though the 22nd Amendment makes pretty clear that he cannot have another term.
Why does it make that clear?
Because he's on his 2nd term already.
Yeah.
At some point in time, we will make sure we go through, Zanny, and define all those terms.
But even if you find a way to undermine you will be undermining the spirit of that amendment, even if you find some way around it. And to those
Can the American people, if the American people, with the mechanisms that we have, put Trump back in office, are the American people tearing up the Constitution? Would that be tearing up? Well, would the American people be going against the spirit of the Constitution?
I think so. If they go out and try to vote for Trump for a 3rd term, I think that goes against the Constitution. Yeah, because 22nd Amendment. Yeah, I don't want to put like Trump supporters in a position where something like January 6th happens again. Right. I think as Republicans, we should have learned our lesson. We should try to avoid that likely scenario again. And it sounds like he's trying to do, well, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what the plan is, but how do you maneuver around the 22nd Amendment? Yeah, you can't. Without violence. How do you get around the 22nd Amendment without violence? And why would you even want to approach that scenario? Yeah.
I think yes, actually, because I think what you will end up with is a populist justification for a quasi-dictatorship.
That's not true at all. Trump
That's what it sounds like.
Trump is a dictatorship. Did you just see the compromises he had to make on the big, beautiful bill? You see the compromises he has to do on everything, on accommodating Zelensky, on what President Trump is nothing but a series of negotiations to kind of keep this thing rolling forward, where he's having trade-offs all the time.
But Steve, you've just spent the last 20 minutes telling me we have to smash the other side. There's no room for debate. There's no room for compromise. We must smash them. And now you're telling me this is a negotiation. I mean, that's
no.
I guess that's why
on
it
his
seems to me some
his
kind
policy.
of tension
First
there.
off, the only way President Trump wins in 2028 and continues to stay in office is by the will of the American people. Okay? And the will of the American people is what the Constitution embodies. And so I think we're going to be in good hands there.
Yeah, I don't. The Constitution does not embody a third-term president. We, the people, give candidates power to be president, but there's boundaries and restrictions set by the Constitution. There's only 2 terms as president. Yeah. Now he can run for other positions in office, like if he wants to run for governor in California. Can he run for like vice president? I think he can run for vice president. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I might be wrong on that. Maybe he can be, but then he's gonna be bossing JD Vance. But see, this is the thing. If even if he does something like run for vice president, I think that's a horrible look. Because to be calling JD Vance or whoever is the president a puppet. Yeah. I mean, do y'all really want to live through that? Something like that? I wouldn't. I think Trump's 80 years old. Yeah. He needs to he needs to relax. He needs to go somewhere and lay down and enjoy his final years on this planet. I wouldn't be. I mean, he's did more than enough. He's pretty much solidified our Supreme Court. Yeah. I mean, he's did a lot of great things. What he's been able to accomplish as a 2-term president has been more than Joe Biden did 50 years in Congress and as president and vice president. He fixed the border now. And God forbid another Democrat gets power and gets elected in office. They cannot even try to go back to what they was doing when Joe Biden was off. Letting all these people, I mean, Trump has fixed it twice. For if the Democrats were to take power, Trump has already said the presidents, you can't go back to what you guys was doing prior to his second term. I mean, that's no longer an option for Democrats to flood this country. He's already exposed the horrible job y'all did at the border. Yeah. Let's see what Bannon has else to say.
We need to finish what we started. And President Trump is the instrument, a providential instrument to finish this job.
A few minutes ago, you talked about
that woman's face. He's got 3 years. Actually, 3 years, almost 3 more years. Yeah. That's enough time. Yeah, but I don't like his language really. Who? Bannon. It's up to the will of the American people. I don't like because Trump supporters, they will go to battle for him. Yeah. And I don't want to see those people go through what happened during January 6th. Maybe something even worse happens. I think that was just a riot at the Capitol. Yeah. But for him that language he used, I don't like that at all. Yeah. See, you could say he wants to overturn the current government, the current obstacles we have in the way of a president become, Whereas restrictions on how long, there's boundaries, and he's trying to break those boundaries. He said there's a plan. You can't break those boundaries. Yeah. We have a constitution. And he said he has a plan. What do you think that plan is? Let's think about this. What's his plan? Oh, I know what it is. One of his sons run, and he's Trump's puppet. That's stupid. No, you know what? I know what the plan is. They want to abolish the 22nd Amendment. They want to amend it. Oh, you think so? Yeah, but how do you go about doing that? You got to get 2/3 of Congress. You got to get 2/3 of Congress, the House and the Senate, and 2/3 of the state legislatures. Yeah. Something like that. It's next to impossible. Right. It's next to impossible. That's the only way Trump would be able to serve a third term. And I don't think we have the bodies. Maybe that's why they redistricting in all these states is remove all these House seats. Gerrymandering the hell out of us. Right. So I don't blame them for doing that. Yeah, because Democrats been doing. Maybe that's the plan. Get all these new seats, and then you take away these Democrat seats, and now you have the power to actually perhaps do that. to abolish that.
And,
But
and don't forget that the Supreme Court cases that Supreme Court's got a review about, how they gerrymandered the hell out of states to make sure black people had representation in, in the southern states.
right.
Which I'm pretty sure that's going to get annihilated. They're going to throw that out.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, I think it's a bad look.
Really?
I want to see somebody young.
Yeah. J.D. Vance is
I
more than
want to
capable.
see somebody take the reins. Trump is he's almost 80.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm 51. I feel horrible.
No, you don't.
Think about it when you was 30 compared to now. I don't know how he does it. He went to Israel. He was on the plane. He was flying all throughout the Middle East, signing peace deals and whatever. Then he flew back that same day. Mm-hmm. That dude's like the Energizer
Gapper
bunny.
says when he takes these flights, he don't even go to sleep. He's working on the flight. Dude's a damn T-1000.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking you got to pass the reins at some point. And after 2 terms as president, that's a perfect time.
I
think it's a bad look if Republicans try to install him for a 3rd term. I think that looks, personally, I think it looks horrible.
Right. We got a lot of momentum, and this could kill that momentum.